Srila Prabhupada, in Winnipeg, there's one very pious East Indian man who is, for many years has been worshipping Lord Shiva. And his wife is also a very, quite chaste woman, a sincere follower. And so were her parents of Lord Shiva. And he's reading your Bhagavad Gita, and he visits our temple, and I have given him the first volume of Canto 4, which discusses Lord Shiva a great deal. And in there he has read in one of your purports that Krishna is more pleased when you worship his devotee than when you worship him directly. And Lord Shiva is a very great devotee of Krishna. So he has now interpreted that to mean that if he worships Lord Shiva so nicely, and actually he is pleasing Krishna more. So he is experiencing some difficulty because of this. And I'm not quite sure how to instruct him. But actually...
That our God brother has difficulty in replying to this interpretation. That Krishna says, you can please me by worshipping my devotee. And Lord Shiva is the devotee of Krishna. So therefore this man says, then I shall worship Lord Shiva, and that way I shall please Krishna.
If he accepts Lord Shiva as devotee of Krishna, then by worshipping Lord Shiva he will benefit. If he thinks Lord Shiva is independent, then he will not benefit.
I've got him to accept that Lord Shiva is devotee of Krishna, but there's no practical instruction in his worldly activities coming.
No, Vaishnavanang Jatha Sambhu. Among the Vaishnavas, Sambhu, Lord Shiva is the greatest Vaishnava. So we worship Lord Shiva as Vaishnava. He gives respect to Vaishnava. So why not Lord Shiva? Lord Shiva is a big Vaishnava. But generally, the devotees of Lord Shiva, they take Lord Shiva is independent God. That is offense. If you know that Lord Shiva is also a devotee, you can give more respect to Lord Shiva. Krishna will be pleased.
Srila Prabhupada, he does not chant Hare Krishna, he chants Om Shivaya Namaha.
That's all right.
Alright.
He gradually become devotee.
Yes.
When Lord Shiva will be pleased upon him, he will advise.
He is already trying to tell him to follow in your footsteps, Srila. So just before I left, he said he will try once again to chant 16 rounds. Hare Krishna. He has tried already. He has a tape.
If he simply understands that Lord Shiva is a Vaishnava, and if you worship Lord Shiva, then he will get the benefit.
I was just thinking that in Hyderabad, you also spoke something very unpopular. When you were discussing about the worship of Lord Shiva and Lord Krishna, and you used the example of the milk and the curd.
Yeah.
And one man in the audience, he asked you, who's the milk and who's the curd? And you said that Krishna is the milk and Shiva is the curd. He did not like.
There is milk and the curd. So one must become milk, one must become curd. So, if Krishna is the origin of everything, then he must be the milk. Sarva karana karana. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadi Radhi Govinda Sarva karana karana. See, he is the cause of all causes. So, if milk is the cause of curd, then Krishna is the milk.